Hello, I'm Dane. Welcome to another episode of Dax Jutsu. In today's episode, we will discuss how to be able to load the same letter case as in without the source into the model. So as you can see, I have the same words but of different cases. For example, I have apple here and apple on row 11, but different cases. Now, if I load this into the model, what will happen is that VertiPaq engine will keep just the first instance of the word if what distinguishes these words or text from each other are just letter cases. So you can see, let's have a look at Apple. Yes, you can see they're all in capital letters because the first instance of Apple is in all caps. So what do we do is how we'll be able to load the case as is. Let's go back to the query editor and duplicate this table. Let's rename this case. So what we're going to do is first you want to add a column that will distinguish each distinct word from each other. Do have row number here, but it's different row number for each row, and we don't want that. So for example, what we want is, for example, if apple, then one, apple in all caps and one, apple in lower caps and two. So what do we do? Let's go ahead and open a documentation. We'll be using this function called table add rank column. It is a table column, so we cannot create a custom column. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy this, copy that, insert. I'll, I'll remove that. Insert a step after, and there we go. Then we modify that. So our table is, let me zoom out a bit. So our table is the source step. Let me delete this. Okay. Now for the name of our new column, and if we go back to documentation, it says table, new column name, then comparison criteria. Yeah. Let's call this tax rank. And the name of the column to be compared is text. Okay, so we do have, go ahead. So we now have unique numbers for each distinct text value. So we have 61 for cherry in proper case and in uppercase 68. But we don't want the ranks to be skipped. So let's go back again to that documentation. And it says optional options as nullable record. So rank kind competition Let's go to this and have a look at the rank kinds. So instead of competition, we'll be using dense. So now our ranks are not skipped. And I'll rename this to added rank column. The next thing we want to do is we want to be able to create distinct values for each text. So when we load it into the model, each instance of, for example, elderberry in uppercase and elderberry in uppercase will be treated as different texts. So let's add a new column and let's call that text 2. So we have our text and we concatenate it with an invisible character. So I'm going to use character that from number 8203, and then we'll want to have that repeated. Text.repeat, and the count is our text rank. So the text look about the same, but this will allow us to be able to load the text into the model without using just one case. So type text, oops, and we'll delete this. And let's test, apply, and let's go ahead and check on case. So ascending, okay, let's check on banana. Yes, banana. Now as you can see, the text cases are loaded as what they are in the raw data or in the source data. Well, I hope you learned something and thank you for staying with me. Have a good one. Bye bye.